in. No, this ain't the 420. Well, it is 420. Wait, no, I did a 420 my own. I think I'm on Eastern Standard Time. I don't know what time Crashville, Nashville is, but it's 420 Eastern Standard Time. Wait, no, I did a 420. Oh, how about they? Yeah. I saw the cup of noodle of soup that you did or whatever. I got to make a spaghetti version of it. I bought a can of salsa because they didn't have canned spaghetti sauce. Or no, I'd rather have jarred spaghetti sauce because I want to do a SpaghettiOs alternative. So I'm just going to try to put some Prego, jarred Prego inside a ramen noodle and then just call that spaghetti. So I'm thinking about doing that. Yeah, I know. Spoiler alert, as a next short coming up, because I did a Roman, and I don't know if a lot of people watched. I did one with Vienna, the little blue sausage in a cane, and then I did the hard-boiled eggs. Yeah, wait, no, it's 420. Don't have to light up, but you know, this is just a short one right through Crashville, Nashville. Oh boy, brother. Wouldn't surprise me if you're the only one who showed up. Well, at least somebody did. At least somebody showed up. Yeah, low attendee. Because I got salsa. I don't think that salsa's not the same as Prego. I gotta get. I'm not a fan of the canned spaghetti sauce. It's got to be jarred. I like for it to be jarred. So I'm gonna do jar. I'm going to try to do jarred spaghetti sauce. Yeah. Going to do a pizza today. Yeah. I haven't done Marco's. I've heard of Marco's. Yeah. No, I'll probably... Yeah, probably... No, I did a short. I'll probably upload it. Yeah, I had pizza my own, but it was from the truck stop. It was from Pilot. I don't think you buy a Pilot. Whoops. And I think I'll upload that one for mainly Italian. Yeah, I've been sitting on that one. I do have a pizza one. Speaking of pizza, but it's from the truck stop. Yeah, Roman. See, I was thinking of doing Prego sauce and then just putting it in the Roman. Thinking of doing that. Yeah. 55. Sweet. Yeah. Turn that shit on. There's hardly... They got canned spaghetti sauce. I said, I got a can opener, but I don't know if you have to heat it or not. Be like, well, if I do that... See, because with the canned spaghetti sauce, you can't close it. That's why I need it jarred. Because in case you don't go through it all, you could just, you have a lid. You can't do that with cane. Put that shit out there. Yeah, this is Crashville. Crashville, Nashville. Yeah. And they have the jarred spaghetti sauce. You put a little bit of hot water inside the Roman, heat it up, and then you put the spaghetti sauce, and then, you know. I mean, it's an alternative to SpaghettiOs, and whatever you want to use for the meat, and that's on you. Oops, construction here. Middle lane, middle. Get on over. Oh, then yeah. Yeah, I bought salsa, but I don't think it's the same as spaghetti sauce. I'm like, well, I'll just buy nachos then. But yeah, if you could find yourself some spaghetti sauce, well, see, in your case, you probably have a container. If it's canned, you just do the can opener and then you're just putting it in a container. Or if you have a spare jar, there's that too. You buy, because I don't think, yeah, you can consume spaghetti sauce raw or just right out of the can. I mean, does require, you know, in a jar. Yeah. Yeah. And I was thinking about it. I was going to do something else too. I was going to do lasagna. I did have cream cheese before, but I ate it all. Because I think with the Chef Boyardee, or the ravioli, I think that's cream cheese inside the pillows. So I'm like, well, you can find some ground meat, or maybe beans, for the vegetarian type. And then, you know, cream cheese, you could layer it. You would do like, you know, beans and then cream cheese, and then you would have yourself a Roman lasagna. Yeah. Yeah. You just does that. Yeah, this is just downtown Crashville. Nashville. Yeah, this is gonna be real. As soon as I pass through downtown, well, I'll give it the half hour, so this will just be a half hour drive stream. Yeah. Or I could go another 21 minutes. I can do that too. Yeah, 420. 420. Yeah. Here's another thought that came to mind is that, not that I'd ever get around to it. Instead of like mac and cheese, because now like mac and cheese, everyone's like doing shit with it. I could just do cauliflower, or no, I could do mac and cheese, but you could just kind of mix and match. You don't have to have a cheese. You can do pasta sauce. Coming in. Do the same shit with mac and cheese, because everyone's doing shit with mac and cheese, throwing chicken tenders, throwing meat, do whatever. Yeah, mac and cheese is like the new noodles. But with Roman noodles, you could just add the hot water like I've been doing. Yeah. Found it. Now we're gonna do east. East now. Yeah, it's got to be jar. I don't like it. Well, unless I have a spare jar, you know. But need a jar. The grocery stores I've been hitting up or whatever have been pretty weak. There we go. 28. Boxing gloves. 45. Yeah, I wasn't doing this drive stream shit last month. It was too hot. And I didn't do it in the morning, so this is like the only time on the dashboard where this phone won't overheat. It's like the only time I can do it, or I could do it in hours where no one else is streaming. You find, I don't know, I'll watch the early morning streams. What's that, from Vegas? No, LA is the ones that do drive in the street. Vegas is there on Fremont, and all the dude's doing is sitting around. That's why they're all fat. You don't see it, it's like Fremont Street, and the dude's like fat and shit. Sonny Sweeney, like, Sonny Sweeney, what the hell? Alright. Sonny Sweeney, what the fuck is that? Yeah. So there's that idea, instead of the ravioli, because I'm thinking the pillows, that's like meat and like cream cheese in it. Be like, well, that's easy. You could just do taco meat and then just do a layer of cream cheese. And there you go. And cream cheese I ate already. I'm like, 24, we need 24. Here we go. 24 East Chattanooga. There's this one YouTube channel, I forget the YouTube, I don't know. It's a mac and cheese truck, I guess. So it's just, you know, with like mashed potatoes and shit, you could just throw whatever in. Same thing with, well, it's too hot outside right now. But you could do that with mac and cheese. I figure, man, shit, you could might as well just do that with Roman. Whatever you could do with mac and cheese, well, I don't suggest putting in cheese with Roman, but well, unless you want to. Turn that shit up. Now I hit up, speaking of which, I hit up some cheese museum or whatever. I was expecting to. I've seen it on the billboards before. It's either that or Culver's. I'm like, Culver's is too typical for me now. Well, hate to say it, but Culver's has good I type in screw tube and that endorsement guy. God damn, he's hit up everything, that whore. It's like that's the only thing he does. It's like he doesn't have a job. It's like all he does is food review. I said, that fucking whore. God. Yeah. So I'll type it in. I'll do a search, and then you do the search query, and then it's like this year. And that whore always pops up. I'm like, that fucker. So I can't beat him, you know. So I did that cheese museum. So I did the grilled cheese. And one thing I noticed is that I didn't do meat. I did cheese, no meat. It's funny. I did the Waffle House. He's like, yeah, no meat, why eat? Yeah, cold weather coming down, yeah. It's a full-time job. See, I could picture doing that as a part-time job. Maybe making like a couple grand a month just a food review. That'd be nice. My trailer video has 87,000 views. Can you imagine that? I do one for the actual company, and it gets 100K. I should look up the actual U-Haul corporate and see what the highest rated short is, and then match it up against my trailer and be like, uh-oh, I better not get their attention. But actually, it's pretty good because they don't have to pay me. So I'm giving them free advertisement, you know, over like not even using it. I did rent one of their trucks back in 22. You know, that was pretty cool. Yeah, I was in Wisconsin, so I did the cheese curds, and I totally didn't realize this, much like A&W, the restaurant, or AKA Long John Silver, they beer batter the shit. I said, no wonder it tastes like ass, or it tastes like this. They beer batter fry that shit. I go, that's why it tastes that way. I'd be like, no shit. I'd be like, no way. 15 minutes. So it's just like, that's why. Well, if you ever hit up Funky Long John Silver and you're wondering, how does it taste like this? They beer batter the shit. Be like, that's why. Oh, yeah. How old is Endorsement? It looks like he's in his 40s. He's got to be younger than me. But obviously he's not married because obviously he's out on the road. I'm like, this whore. So, I mean, he doesn't have obligations like kids. It'd be like he's got to be in his 40s. He's got to be. I mean, it's just like me. You know, that's how I'm able to do this job. Because one thing about truck drivers is that they have a high divorce rate. No, I had some shorts I uploaded. I haven't, or I haven't uploaded it. So, but yeah, cheese curds there in Wisconsin. Maybe ice cream, pretty good ice cream. Dairy farms. So, 24. We'll see how far I get. We'll see. Can't beat that. I figured I might as well just make a short of that instead of a full-length video like I did with the Ferris wheel. Bob Evans I bullshitted on because Bob Evans, I was supposed to do their discount menu and I didn't. I went splurged out on something else. I'm like, damn. I went off message. Damn. Yeah, I think this is the southeast part of Crashville. I think this is like the outskirts of the suburbs. Yeah. That's good. Yeah. That's why I got 2 channels. Instead of like putting a whole bunch of shorts and then like clump the TV, this channel, the one that I'm shooting on, either live stream or just putting a whole bunch of shorts together. That's what my reviews is or what have you. I still got to do one in the Stanley Cup if I get a different lid. Those aren't cheap. Stanley Cups ain't cheap. The one, well, unless you buy the ones that no one else wants, then you know. But I get the 40 ounce. I saw that. I saw that. Oh. And then Mitsubishi. Trump Stream. The Restream. The one about Alabama. Yep. Oh. Yeah, he was fashionably late. It'd be like, yeah, he was fashionably late, but you know, that's Trump being Trump. Late to his own meeting. It'd be like, the hell. Now I know you do the SpaceX shit too. Space Command. That's right there in Alabama with the Operation Paperclip, right there in Huntsville. Yeah, that's the north. That's like right across the state border there. Yeah, it goes Missouri. Is it Missouri? No. Kentucky. Yeah, well. Yeah, it's just right there by the state border. Get what state it borders north. Yeah, I think it's Tennessee. I think so. There's a Missouri. What's up, Nobi? Nobi back at it again. Morning to you, Nobi. No, Nobi, just to catch up a little bit, we were talking about Space Force or Space Command. And I guess that it's moved to where Operation Paperclip was at. Yeah. No, right there at the rest area, they have a spaceship, Huntsville. It's the north part of the state. 65. Speed limit. That billboards for Uber Eats. Man. Uber Eats. 349, man. Yeah, I got expensive diesel yesterday. I got my 408. I'm like, damn, I got ripped off. And I figured they got away with it because they knew no other truck stop was nearby. I'd be like, damn, they can gouge you, man. But it's cheaper down here now. Space Force. I don't know if you can hear that background. I don't have the AC. I got a fan running in the background. That's all right. That's right. 50. Yeah. National Waffle Day is it's Friday. I'll probably do a tribute. Now I figured the only reason why people don't know anything about waffles is because of the house. It's not exactly a family-friendly place. I wouldn't say per se, not because of the fights, although, you know, I don't know, the seating is small at Awful Waffle. It's not like the Denny's or IHOP where it's like full, let's say full service, but it's like, it's bigger. Yeah. Gotcha. So Friday I'll see you about doing it. Well, I kind of did a tribute last week. And I, you know, as an In Your Face of Cracker Barrel, which doesn't have a YouTube page. That's okay. But I figured it's an alternative. And it's so funny because as I was paying my bill at Waffle House, or Awful Waffle, I said, thank you ladies, you gave me another excuse not to go to Cracker Barrel, and they laughed. It's true. So I'll probably do a tribute, yeah. September 5th, 1955 was Waffle House. It's funny, I said that to the cashier, the chick or whatever. She's like, oh, I don't know. You work there, you don't know the history? Be like, come on. I mean, you'd think with Google and ChatGPT, you know, everyone would be a genius. Oh well. The day after tomorrow. Waffle House, 1955, September 5th. So it's all right. Let me skip over this guy. I'm just sipping on my nitro coffee. Don't mind me. Look, the dude's got a mattress. Whoa! He got a mattress on his roof. See that? Not a lot lizard, but the mattress is on a roof. Oh boy. Look at that. Boom. Like the excerpts. Yeah, this is southeast side. I don't know if these are the excerpts of where the city ends and the suburb begins, or vice versa. Something like that. That's the excerpt. I don't know if that's what we have right now. So it's like where the suburbs and city meet. Here in Crashville, I don't know. That's where this meet. Wouldn't surprise me. You know the thing about Waffle House or whatever, the reason why that place specializes in waffles, one is that it's the fastest to make it. You can teach anyone to make it. But they have the highest profit margins. It's not meat, you don't have to ship it, refrigerate, you know, just dough. Be like, yeah, it's a cash cow. Hour wait, damn. And they don't have it on Uber Eats or whatever app that you use, damn. I got to go to Cracker Barrel to do the aftermath, because at this point I think it's already too late for them to make a U-turn. I'm like, okay, you know what? You committed $700 million of your $1 billion worth to just revamp it all, so you're putting all your chips in, hoping that this thing somehow, some way works by gaining back an audience who really wouldn't consider going to you anyway, because, you know, they're trying to appeal to an audience who really never would bother giving them the time or day. So it's like, okay, so you're just shutting away your audience, hoping that a new audience will just make up for it. Be like, no, that's not how it works. That's not business 101. That's not restaurant 101. I hardly ever took business class in college, but even I know that. You're not going to try to win an audience, a new audience, by replacing them to those who left. Be like, that's not how it works. So I might visit, yeah, because I forget how many. It's like a handful of stuff. Well, I don't know, because they're all out by highway, so they're not really in cities anyway. They're not known to be in cities. I mean, that's one of the things. That's one of the things that stands them apart. Yeah, Soviet barrels. So I'm like, yeah, they're trying to urbanize. They're trying to be more like the city. Be like, that's not how that works. You know, just like, it's like having guys work at Hooters and be like, no, you know. I mean, even if they're gay, you know. But I figured one of the things that makes Cracker Barrel stand out, I remember I did a short on them last year, is that the food that they serve resembles that of the Great Depression, or back in the century ago, back in the 30s. Was construction. It was supposed to serve food back in a different era. They're supposed to make shit from scratch, their biscuits, or you know, I've seen YouTube shorts or videos or whatever, the way they take care, well, the way that they don't take care of their kitchen, the way that they reheat their meatloaf. I'm like, ooh, thanks for the forewarning, man. All right, pancakes and eggs. That's the only two things they make fresh. I'm like, ooh, goddamn. It'd be like, yeah, thanks for the heads up, man. Yeah, iFlop. I hate iFlop. I've had no good customer service at iFlop. Same thing with Denny's. Perkins, same story. That's why you'll never see me do a short on them, ever. Those places have no place on my channels. Well, unless I'm going to bash them. If I'm going to bash them, you know, like Burger King, I'll be like, Burger King, you really, yeah, just like you, Funky, with BK. I don't know why you keep going back there, by the way. But, you know, continuing the fuck ups. Be like, well, damn, ain't that a bitch? So, 10 more minutes. Yeah, Cracker Barrel, I'll probably do Cracker Barrel. I gotta do the new version to show the aftermath. Just to show the way of how you can just ruin a road trip restaurant like that. Just be like, okay. Want to paint the rocking chairs rainbow? I mean, I guess. I don't know what kind of merchandise they sell at their gift shop. I mean, it's just shit that nobody would buy anyway. Just, you know, this ain't no I mean, even Bucky's selection sucks. Got no ships. Trust me, I tried looking for someone. Be like, what the selection here sucks. In Bucky's, there's nowhere to sit and eat, by the way. That's a gas station. So you can't compare the two. Cracker Barrel. Yeah, I should go to a new one. I should go to a renovated. I should go to a renovated one just to show you how it's ruined. Just to show you the, you know. And I'm thinking they're chicken dumplings, which is one of the hardest things to make. That's only known to be in the South, not in the North. It's only made in that part of the country. It wouldn't surprise me if they just bust it out of a can. Speaking of spaghetti sauce, if they just made that shit out of a can and then just you know, they just reheated it, I'm like, damn, they ruined that too. You're like, fuck. Because the barbecue at Bucky's is reheated. Suppose I've been told. I'd be like, well, that sucks. I'd be like, that just ruins the authenticity. Yeah. Yeah. I almost said Burger King yesterday. I'm like, yeah, no. I almost did it yesterday. I'm like, no. And for whatever odd reason, I think that the Addams Family Wednesday, that broad Wednesday went to Arby's. I said, what's this bitch on Burger King? I said, why are they like jumping different franchises Wednesday? That goth daughter, whatever, that goth family. I mean, that's what the Addams Family is they're not the Munsters. Or is it Herman Munster? It's not the same dude. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, Crackhead Barrel. Yeah, they took out their mascot. Now, supposedly, I didn't realize this. I could read comments. I could read the comment section of like hate videos all day long. They tell me that the maple syrup, it's 50% of its syrup, the other one's sugar. I said, wait a second. The maple syrup has filler in it? Fuck. I know that honey is bee vomit. And one of the things about honey is that you got to worry about pesticide. Because that's what honey is. It's bee barf. That's what honey is. When bees barf up, that's honey. I know it sounds sick, but that's honey. Yeah. You got to make sure that it's pesticide free, though. That's the thing about honey. You have to know where the bees have been. It's just like with coffee. It's like, well, is this GMO? Is this pesticide spray? You know, got to watch out for that shit. Crackhead Barrel. I gotta go to Cracker Barrel. Do. I should go to a newer Crackhead Barrel and they'll be like, see folks, this is how to ruin it. This is how to chase people away to Denny's. Where, I mean, if I were to review a Denny's or iFlop, I'd be like, this is how not to be. This is what it means to wait for your waitress. Oh, wait a second, there's no waitress here. iFlop same. So remember they tried making burgers at iFlop? That's why I call them iFlop. I said, you guys are Burger King. iFlop. Yeah, Denny's and iFlop. You are guaranteed to get shitty customer service no matter what. You could just guarantee it. Guarantee it. I'll be like, damn, ain't that a bitch? Be like, yeah, much. But the thing about it is that I think I had a warm or a heated latte. My waiter at the time didn't charge me for the coffee. I'm like, damn, I'm gonna have to roll. Well, this is before no tax on tips, so this was last year already. So no tax on tips wasn't implemented yet. I was like, oh, yeah. So I think that the new look of Crackhead Barrel or what have you, or CB, I think it looks like an IKEA or Hobby Lobby. I've never been to a Hobby Lobby. I'm like, this place looks like a doctor's office. Be like, ain't that a bitch? Be like, well, that sucks. This place is ruined, man. This place is ruined. Ain't that something? That's something. Man. 2 hours I ain't making it. Damn, like I say. I have no idea what that peg game is with the triangles. It'd be like, I don't play that shit. No, dude, I just look at the menu. Yep. Change the logo. Took out the mascot. Took out the barrel. Be like, ugh. Pretty soon it's just gonna be that yellow Romulus shape. Just gonna be that yellow blob and be like, ugh. Ain't that a bitch? Thanks for stopping in, Nobi. Thanks for stopping in. Probably gonna make her coffee with the espresso machine. I had no idea I was coming on. Yeah, because I think I'm on Eastern Standard Time, 4:20 a.m. I'll be like, oh, 4:20. I'll be like, oh, cool, 4:20. 420 Street. Yeah, I don't know when I'll be live streaming. I have no clue. You know, just do these streams when no one else is on. Just a nightly stream. Bob Evans was hard for me to get to and just be like, damn, I fucked it up. Okay. Sip of my nitro coffee. Not everyone has a nitro. I know I did a quick trip. The other quick trip. $3.69. Yeah, I could have gotten my ass a discount. Damn it. 408 for me like a sucker. Damn. idea. I didn't look at the clock. I totally didn't realize it was 4:20. I'd be like, yeah, it's 4:20. Give them out another minute. Not much out here. 270, I go fast now. Nice. Let's see where I wind up today. 2 hours, yeah, this ain't getting it done. Not getting it done. Let's see what else I get. Yeah. Whoa, hello. Camping. This is just a camping shit. Alright, I was just gonna do this to the end of the hour. I might as well just make it that way. But in the meanwhile, be on the lookout for that. I'll probably make Roman pasta. That's what that is. I'll make Roman pasta, man. So be on the lookout. Until next time. Alright.